Imagine the shocking truth behind the scenes of Hollywood's glittering facade. A woman dubbed the Ketamine Queen is set to admit her guilt in the tragic demise of beloved actor Matthew Perry. Here's the inside scoop on the scandal that's rocked the entertainment world. Jasveen Sangha, infamously known as the Ketamine Queen, has agreed to plead guilty to her role in the death of the iconic Friends star Matthew Perry. This bombshell news comes from the United States Department of Justice, which revealed that Sangha will face 5 serious federal criminal charges. Among these charges is the provision of ketamine that ultimately led to Perry's untimely death in 2023. But here's where it gets controversial. Sangha is the 5th and final defendant in this high-profile case to strike a plea deal, sidestepping a trial that was scheduled for September. This means the public might never get the full, unfiltered story from the courtroom. The Friends star, known for his charismatic role as Chandler Bing, met his tragic end on October 28, 2023. Authorities confirmed that Perry drowned in the hot tub at his Pacific Palisades home. A chilling end to a life that touched so many. But this is the part most people miss. The ketamine that allegedly played a pivotal role in Perry's death was part of a larger, sinister network. Sangha admitted to selling 4 vials of ketamine to Cody McClory, who died from an overdose in 2019. McClory had no connection to Perry, but his death highlights the dangerous web of drug distribution that ensnared the actor. Prosecutors have agreed to drop several other charges related to ketamine and an unrelated methamphetamine charge, focusing their efforts on the key players in Perry's death. Authorities have charged 5 individuals in connection with Perry's tragic end, including Dr. Salvador Plasencia, Eric Fleming. All but one have agreed to plea deals, leaving Sangha as the final piece in this puzzling and tragic saga. But why did it take so long for these charges to surface? And this is the part most people miss. The ketamine that ultimately killed Perry was administered by Dr. Plasencia, who arrived at Perry's home with vials of the drug after the actor had a ketamine infusion from a medical doctor. The dose was so large that it caused an adverse reaction, leaving Perry unable to move or speak. This chilling account raises questions about the medical professionals involved and their responsibility in Perry's death. As the details unfold, it's clear that Perry's assistant, Iwamasa, played a significant role in obtaining and administering the ketamine. He eventually turned to Fleming, who allegedly worked as a middleman for Sangha, to secure more of the dangerous substance. But here's the kicker. Some of the ketamine lozenges obtained for Perry were from a fraudulent prescription written by Dr. Mark Chavez. This revelation adds another layer of deceit and danger to the already complex case. Sangha's notorious stash house in North Hollywood, California, was a hub for manufacturing, storing, and distributing controlled substances, including methamphetamine and ketamine. The sheer scale of the operation is staggering, and it's a stark reminder of the dark underbelly of Hollywood. Fleming allegedly delivered large quantities of ketamine to Perry's assistant, who injected the actor multiple times a day in the days leading up to his death. The fatal dose, prosecutors allege, came from Sangha's stash. As the legal proceedings move forward, Sangha will officially change her plea to guilty at an upcoming hearing, where sentencing will be scheduled. She could face up to 45 years in prison, a stark contrast to the glamorous life she once led. But this raises a crucial question. How did this network of drug dealers and enablers operate for so long without detection? And what does this say about the oversight and regulation within the entertainment industry? The tragic death of Matthew Perry has left a void in the hearts of fans worldwide, and the revelations about his final days are both shocking and heartbreaking. As the case unfolds, it's clear that the quest for justice is far from over. But this is the part most people miss. The true extent of the damage caused by this network of drug dealers and enablers may never be fully known. And this is where the conversation needs to go. What can be done to prevent such tragedies in the future? How can we ensure that those in positions of power and influence are held accountable for their actions? The answers to these questions are complex and multifaceted. But one thing is clear: the time for action is now. The entertainment industry must take a long, hard look at itself and address the systemic issues that allowed this tragedy to occur. And this is the part most people miss. The legacy of Matthew Perry will live on, not just in his iconic roles, but in the lessons we learn from his tragic end. As fans, we owe it to him to demand transparency, accountability, and change. So what do you think? Is the entertainment industry doing enough to protect its stars from the dangers of drug abuse? Or is there more that can be done to ensure the safety and well-being of those who bring us so much joy? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a conversation that could change the industry for the better. And this is the part most people miss. The true heroes in this story are the fans who demand justice and accountability. It's up to us to keep the conversation going and push the real change. So let's do it. Let's honor Matthew Perry's legacy by fighting for a better, safer industry for all. And this is the part most people miss. The power of our voices can make a difference. Let's use it to create a brighter future for everyone.